Hey guys, I wanted to make a quick video about a small project I'm about to do. So I'm having a poker game next week and I needed a poker table. Now, I had a couple of options. So I checked OfferUp, I checked Craigslist, I checked Facebook Marketplace, I checked Amazon, eBay, a bunch of places. And I could get a new foldable table made of plastic with those plastic legs, like those portable tables. But it just felt really lightweight and cheap, so I wanted something a little sturdier. And everything I saw online was like $500-600 new, and I don't want to spend a lot of money because I don't know if I'm going to have poker games constantly or it's a one-time thing. So I found a really older style table on Craigslist. The gentleman wanted $75. I didn't haggle with him because it's a table for $75. What am I going to do? Offer him 50? Big deal. So anyways, I got it, and it's in good shape. It's solid wood. It's really strong. It's heavy. But the top is like, it's not very new. So it just looks a little old, dated. And I wanted to make this video to show you guys how I am going to make certain modifications to make it a little bit better. I'm going to refinish it, sand it, just do a bunch of stuff. So stay tuned, check it out, and if you like it, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Thanks. And I wanted to show you the tools that I will be using to start the process. First, I got this little DeWalt sander. We're going to go ahead and sand it. I got 3 types of attachments. We're going to start with 80 grit and move up to 120 and do a final round at 320. So it's going to be nice and smooth, but not too smooth. I don't want it polished. Smooth, but not too smooth. Then we're going to go ahead and give it a nice wipe down with a microfiber. And finally, we're going to lay a nice coat of this spar urethane oil-based gloss exterior. So I was thinking, which one should I use? We have an option for urethane oil-based or water-based, and I asked ChatGPT. The difference is basically one is better in the outdoors. So we're going to go ahead and get this one used. Stopped by the Home Depot to pick that up a minute ago, and everything looks good. So let's get to it. Two hours later, and with the power of magic video speed, sanding is complete. A round of 80, a round of 120, and a round of 320. Now we're gonna blow off all the dust, and we're gonna go ahead and get it nice and clean and get ready for the polyurethane. Alright, now that the table is all nice and dry, we're gonna go ahead and pop this can open. If I figure out how, just keep going in a circle until something happens. Oh, we got it. There we go. Alright, we got it open. Ooh, smells fun. Alright, so I read the instructions. Looks like what we have to do is put a couple of different coats, and what we want to do the first thing is we want to go ahead and mix it, but not shake it. If we shake it, it's gonna make bubbles. So we're gonna go ahead and give it a nice little swirl in here, mix up all the chemicals. And I got two different brushes. I got the 3-inch brush and the 1-inch brush. Actually, sorry, they're not called brushes, they're called applicators. Clean up my screwdriver later. So let's see how we're gonna be doing this. So I'll go ahead and get this a nice dip and start. Okay, looks good. So I think the best way is to start pouring it in here because we're going to start in the middle and work our way out. So first layer is on. It's not as easy as I thought it was. I thought it was going to be something like paint, where you throw it on, pour it, and it's done. No, it's a little harder. So what I've learned is never pour a lot on the table right away. This stuff works fast. Here the definition, less is more. It's better to do a couple of light coats than one big one like I tried to do. So I learned that. It's okay, I mixed it around. Number two, you definitely want to use a bigger one. 3-inch, I thought it was going to be huge. Now that I think of it, should have gotten a 9-inch, 12-inch or something like that. It would have been much better. Yeah, and another thing, definitely going to need multiple coats. So one coat is not going to be sufficient. It's nice, it's shiny right now, but definitely not glossy. So I'm definitely going to have to do a couple of other coats, and now I'm going to take the little brush and do the inserts where the poker chips go. I'm going to take care of that really quick, and then it's a 4-hour wait. So, yeah. Just went ahead and did the chip protectors with the 1-inch brush. They look good. Went again over the edges. Make sure they're all nice and coated. And now we're just gonna wait We're gonna give it 4 hours, get it nice and dry, let this thing soak in, and we'll do another layer and see how it goes. I also went ahead and put a fan blowing right on the table to make it nice and good and to avoid any flies sitting down and permanently being stuck to it. Alright guys, so it's been 48 hours. The clear that we worked on the table is looking great. It perfectly sealed the wood so there won't be any leaks. I went ahead and busted out the existing chip holders, and now I'm sanding them down so it's nice and smooth going across. It's going to have something over it, so we needed to go ahead and get it across. So right now we're just taking one by one and getting them sanded down. I beat them up with the hammer, I beat them out, and then over there on the floor. And now we're gonna go ahead and just sand it smooth because there's this edge right here sticking out. You're gonna feel it with the hammer, and eventually it's smooth like this. So that's what we're doing right now. So this is 2x6 wood in actual dimension. This side is supposed to be 6, but actually it is 3.5. And then this side here is supposed to be 2, but it's actually 1.5. So I had them cut with 22.5-degree cuts on both sides because that's what makes an octagon. And based on the specifications of the table, that is what it's gonna look like. So we had 8 pieces of this 2x6 cut out, and it looks good. So next step is we're gonna prep the cover on the table, give it a nice clean. Those edges that have been sanded, we're gonna reseal them really quick, make sure it's completely waterproof. Then we're gonna continue with our modifications. But yeah, this is so far what it looks like. All right, here we go. Let's make a little new cut. You did good. You did good. Okay, so we went ahead and put these rolls of 1/8 foam right on the table. They have adhesive on their back. They look like this. It's sticky on one side, and then it's like a nice padding. And so we laid one layer, one, 6 of them. There's nobody behind this black canvas. It's moving by magic. And so now we're gonna go ahead and lay the table cover on top, and that's the next step. Just like that, we have an amazing poker cloth on top. We went ahead and took an iron and cleaned out all the little pieces off of it, make the lines disappear. Now it's on, it's perfect. The cards are gonna slide right on top of this. And now we're just gonna go ahead and peel it underneath the table and staple it on the bottom, and we're good to go. Okay, so the next step is to go ahead and staple this to the bottom so that we can cut off the excess. And so what we do is we go ahead and put the stapler over here, staple it. It gives a little nice little pointy tip. And then what we do is we take the hammer and we show them who's the boss. Just like that. And now we got, now that the table is good and stapled and excess is cut off. We gotta clean up these pieces. So each piece will get a sanded treatment of 60 grit on all sides, all corners. Even though it's gonna be covered by foam, I don't want something to stick out because this is the way it's cut. So we're gonna do all the corners, everything to make sure it's nice and smooth. We got our DeWalt sander connected to our power bank, and just 8 pieces. We'll knock this out really quick. Let's get it. Alright, so now that we got our table ready, it's time to build the rail. The pre-cut pieces are ready to go. We just went ahead and gave them a nice sanding of 60 grit on top. Cover all the corners, make sure it's nice and smooth, so that when we cover them in fabric, they're not gonna go ahead and get any pieces of tears or cuts or anything like that. So they are now ready to go. All right, so the next step is we got this foam and we're covering our 2x4s with this foam, and we're stapling them in and we're covering them. They're gonna go ahead and go on the table. See, some of them we already did. And we're cutting the corners to make them nice and fit, just like this was going on. That's the plan right now. Yeah, and I was fortunate enough to get an assistant. We got help on the table, that's right. So now we got all the pieces wrapped up, stapled, and now we're planning our drilling because we're gonna attach them to the table. So right now the foam is exposed, but eventually it's going all the way, gonna wrap all the way around the table and under the table. So that's all you're gonna see. Right now you can see the staple marks around it, but they're gonna be covered up by leather, so all good. Let's move on to the next step. All right, so the next step is to make our cup holders. We made a hole in our 2x4. We made a hole in our table. Then we're gonna put it on top. The cup will fit perfectly fine through there and look completely flush like it was meant to be. Now we're gonna place our 2x6 onto the table. And we're gonna go ahead and align all the spaces and align the hole. Once the hole is aligned, we can take our cup and it is perfectly flush. So now we got the piece of snakeskin stapled nice on the bottom over here so that it doesn't come out, and basically it's going to wrap the whole side. But for now, since the hole is made and the hole is perfectly aligned with the table, we got it holding on, and now we're going to put in 2 holes to put the wood down to the table and make it stay with it. Okay, now that we got this piece, we are putting it underneath the table and stapling it. That's the plan. Staple now. Alright, so the next step is we are wrapping each piece of the snakeskin underneath, and we are stapling all over and leaving one side exposed so that later we can flip it, put this under the table, wrap leather under the table, and then staple everything through. The hole is already made, so now we're just covering it around, doing a little upholstery, as they say. Now, they are all individually wrapped, placed in the right order. Some of them we have made a preliminary hole to check where the hole is, to make sure that we're good. This is where we are right now. Next, we're going to be tucking everything under, stapling it, screwing it in for permanent position, and we are good to go. Now that they're on, now we're just wrapping them around the other side of the table, putting in my staplers, and now I'm just gonna beat up the staplers into the table, and we are good to go. After 4 days of labor, blood, sweat, and some tears directly from me, the table is completed. Every piece of wood is nice and tight. Every cup holder is nice and tight. There's foam padding everywhere. Everything is lining up. Only one re-hole had to make it.
While you were doing the video.
It's so good, even the dog threw up. The table is set. It's good. There are some issues, for example, misalignments like this here, where one edge is sticking out, or there's a little spacing here. But that's what makes it unique, because this is a personal, hand-built, handmade table with the assistance of me and 4 of my assistants. It has been completed.
The 4 assistants.
Yes.
Kids and
You,
me.
Sieva, kids,
Oh.
the dog helped.
Of course you
Yeah. So now it's done.
You showed them the battlefield.
And here she is in her full glory, ready to go. Amazing. Completed, finished, ready for the game. We got the fan, we got the table, we're ready.